Welcome to Spotlight on Lakewood. I'm Mayor Adam Paul, and today we're out in the community talking health. This year my goal is to really have conversations geared around health in many different categories, from healthy neighborhoods to a healthy economy. I'm joined today by one of our wonderful trainers, Allison Eichton at the Carmody Rec Center, to get a few tips on how we can maintain our physical well-being. Welcome, thanks for having us here today.
Thank you for coming over here.
Absolutely. So we're going to pick your brain for some tips here on some things that we can do. A lot of people start out their year with goals to maintain, health or try to become more healthy or active. What are some tips that you can share with us that can help us stay on track?
So the first thing I tell people is to find manageable goals that aren't too long-term and that are short-term goals that you can do every day. And if you stumble, just keep going. So find those manageable goals and then be able to track those goals. So whatever your goal is, whether it's weight loss or to get to the gym or to take more steps, find a way to track those things. And the third thing is to become accountable for those. So whether that's hiring a personal trainer or finding a spouse that you can take with you, be accountable to your kids, be accountable to a friend, just get yourself on track and to the gym. So make goals, be accountable for those goals, and find a way to track your goals.
And I know today there's a lot of different tools out there that help you track, whether it's a Fitbit or your smartphone, but you can also just use a pen and
paper. Yeah, write it down. Exactly, write it down. And my other thing is to write down if your goal is to lose weight, write down what you're eating. And there's some great tracking tools for that you can find in your smartphone. But write it down so that you're aware of when you're working out, you're aware of when you're eating, why you're eating. Are you working out and eating, or are you eating so that you can work out?
Certainly. So when it comes to weight loss, a lot of it has to do with what we put in our mouth.
90% of what you put in your mouth. 10%
Oh,
about what you're doing right now.
All right. So we're on the treadmill, we're walking. What are some tips that can kind of help make this the most beneficial that it can be?
So a lot of people, when they get on a treadmill, they don't want to go fast, and they're starting with a walking program. So instead of taking your walk to a faster level, take your incline on the treadmill up a level. And so if you increase that incline, you'll work a lot harder without having to walk faster. And you'll burn many more calories. Second thing is to not hang on. So make sure you're swinging your arms. Use everything you can with your own body weight to not hang on as you're increasing that incline. And if you want to walk faster, you can, but as you increase your incline, you don't have to, and you're going to get the same workout without having to walk any faster. Okay, so let's head up to the track, and we'll do a track workout and get some tips on track walking as well.
Fantastic. Thank you.
So here we are on the track, which is a little bit different than walking on the treadmill, because when you're on the track, it's not moving for you, so you have to use your hamstrings and your glute muscles in order to propel yourself forward. But because we can't manipulate the incline on the track, we want to manipulate our speed. So in order to get a pretty good workout on the track, again, swing your arms, and we can manipulate our speed. So we're going to walk a little bit faster. And as you change your speed, you want to start to get to a zone where you're walking where you don't really want to have a conversation with the person next to you. So it's starting to get fairly breathy as you're walking. And then you slow back down again, and then speed back up. And slow down.
So do you prefer to do the intervals, or do you try to keep your speed levels up the whole time?
So interval training is going to be a little more bang for your buck. So if you can do 1 lap fast, 1 lap slow, 1 lap fast, 1 lap slow, take it maybe to 2 laps fast with only 1 lap slow, then we're getting a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
The other thing you can do is turn around and walk backwards. So now you're using entirely different muscle groups to walk backwards. So it's going to be a little different.
Okay.
Or sideways. And now we can shuffle walk. We can grapevine walk, cross in front, cross behind.
Oh, yeah.
And all these different variations are going to use different muscle groups. So as you get around the track, you can vary your speed and you can vary your steps to get a different workout depending on how much time you have, how much space is on the track. So if there's lots of people on the track, it's probably not the best idea to do grapevines or shuffles or backwards so you don't run into anybody. But if there's space and you've got it and you've got the time, it's great to mix up that workout on the track.
Okay. So we have the luxury of being inside, and since it's winter, do you have any recommendations for how to dress or how to bundle up when we work out outside?
So biggest thing about working out outside is to dress in layers. Your base layer, the layer that's closest to your skin, should be able to pull moisture away from your skin so that you're not staying wet. So when you sweat, you get wet, and that gets cold, and that will make you frozen. So you want to make sure you've got something that's going to pull moisture away from your skin on the inside. On the outside, make sure you've got gloves and a hat and something to cover your ears. And if you do find a place that gets frostbitten, let's say your fingers, armpits. That's your warmest spot right there. Stick them in your armpits. Don't rub, because that's going to actually take some skin off. Second thing to think about, if you're going to do a lot of exertion while you're outside, so snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, running, you're going to want to dress to it so it's about 20 degrees warmer outside than what it really is. So if it's 0, you think about it being 20 degrees. If it's 30 degrees, you're thinking about it being 50, because you're going to start to create a lot of extra energy, and so you're going to start to sweat. And the more you sweat, the more wet you're going to get, and then eventually you're going to get too cold.
Okay. Well, Allison, this has been a great time today, a lot of great tips, and I think you'll help kickstart me and hopefully some folks at home into our year of health. And look forward to having these segments every month on this show, and we'll have a different subject or a different topic as we go. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.